Dambuwa attack, Nigerian army confirms death of 6 soldiers as troops neutralized 34 ISWAP terrorists in Borno State.
Despite receiving all payments in Naira, he takes his cut on the proceeds before transferring the rest to his clients.
Nigerian police clamp down on cyber criminals, apprehend suspects involved in identity theft and money laundering. Plus, reactions trail appointment of new coach for Nigerian Super Eagles. Hello and welcome. This is the News Desk at 6 on NTA News 24. I am Vivian Izadifi. The Defense Headquarters says several ISWAP Boko Haram terrorists have been eliminated by troops deployed in Sabongari village of Dambuwa local government area of Borno State in the combat. A statement by the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, reveals that the terrorists attempted to stage an attack on troops to retaliate the recent killing of their commander and combatants. The terrorists were ambushed by troops on patrol while returning to base, foiling their planned attack. Similarly, the air component of Operation Hadankai conducted air interdiction on the fleeing terrorists with battle-damaged assessments revealing several terrorists were killed and weapons recovered. The Nigerian Police Force National Cybercrime Center has intensified its operations against cybercrime, apprehending several suspects involved in identity theft, business email compromise, and money laundering. Francis Form reports that the arrests highlights the growing threat of cybercrime and the innovative effort of the police to combat it.
The second parade of suspects by the Nigeria Police Force. Among the suspects being paraded at the National Cybercrime Center is a suspected hacker who allegedly hacked the WhatsApp of 2 ministers and 3 senators.
Despite receiving all payments in Naira, he takes his cut on the proceeds before transferring the rest to his clients.
Also, another suspect who specializes in hacking business emails to defraud companies and launder money internationally has been apprehended. Investigations by the center revealed that thousands of compromised email credentials were recovered from the suspect Skype account, which the syndicate used to coordinate its operations.
So he is, the one that is actually responsible for most of this WhatsApp hack.
And every offense committed leaves a trace in forensic investigation. And that is what we do in police now. We go scientific to get you. No torture, no harassment, nothing. You can see all these officers on suits.
And these 3 suspects were also arrested for unlawfully hacking a WhatsApp account to defraud their victims of 24 million naira. The suspects confessed to their roles in the crime, which involved impersonating the victim's business associate to solicit funds under false pretenses. Director of the Cybercrime Center assures that investigations are ongoing to recover the stolen funds. Francis from NTA News.
The Bauchi State Police Command sets an improved strategies of operation towards controlling the Sarasuka boys, Sogri, and other criminal acts in the new year 2025. At a press briefing to review its achievements, the State Police Commissioner, Awal Musa Muhammad, said about 1,500 criminal cases were recorded in the year 2024. Muazu Hassan has details.
The Bauchi State Police Criminal Investigation Department, Intelligence Department (SID), 33 divisional headquarters alongside the police tactical units have unanimously recorded 1,182 crime cases.
With primarily focus on proactive initiatives designed to deny safe havens for criminal elements who may seek to challenge our commitments.
The command, however, succeeded in arresting 2,322 suspects within the year 2024.
The command has implemented crime prevention measures that integrate both traditional practices and scientific methodologies, including consistent intelligence-led policing.
The Bauchi Police Commissioner has also revealed that the command recovered 23 AK-47, 4 G3 rifles, and 22 fabricated firearms, among others, while 816 suspects remain on pending trials and 30 cases are still under investigation. In Bauchi, Muaz Hassan, NTA News.
Still on crime prevention, the Eastern Port Police Command says it will adopt new crime prevention and control strategies to sustain the successes which resulted in crime reduction in 2024. Commissioner of Police, Eastern Port Command, Jimo Moshood, stated this while briefing journalists in Port Harcourt. Emmanuel Lene reports that some newly promoted officers of the command were also decorated with their new ranks.
Among some of the achievements made by the Eastern Port Police Command was the arrest and prosecution of several suspects for different offences ranging from conspiracy, stealing and diversion of trailer loads of goods worth millions of naira. Prominent among them is the conspiracy, stealing and diversion of 1,840 bags of wheat belonging to the United Nations World Food Programme from Ibeto Port Terminal to Kano State. 3 suspects were also convicted for conspiracy, vandalism, and stealing of heavy metal drainage grating property at Warri Port, among several other arrests.
The command arrested 33 suspects for various offences. Outside the 5 suspects that I've mentioned, that 3 other suspects were arrested for various offences throughout the year. All these 3 suspects have been arraigned in court, charged to court, and they are all remanded to prison custody as we speak.
To sustain these crime prevention strategies, CP Jimo Moshood says certain action plans have been in place to sustain the recommendable feats recorded in 2024. Meanwhile, 8 officers promoted in the command have been decorated with their new ranks. They include 2 CSP, 1 SP, and 5 DSP.
All of us know that promotion is due to consistent and coordinated effort by the personnel that have been promoted. But it is also important to let them know that the IGP graciously promoted them due to their hard work, and he expected nothing less than more work, more hard work from them. To whom much is given, much is expected.
On behalf of the promoted officers within the Eastern Port Police Command, we want to appreciate the Inspector General of Police, who has considered us worthy for this promotion to the next ranks. We want to assure the Inspector General of Police of our unalloyed loyalty and commitment to duty.
The Eastern Ports Command has 4 divisions. They are One, Rivers, Warri, and Calabar Ports. In Port Harcourt, Emmanuel Lene, NTA News.
Magistrate court sitting in Jamaica, Yola, Adamawa States has convicted and sentenced one Nuhu Isa to 6 months imprisonment with an option of 20,000 naira fine for criminally intimidating FRSC patrol team. The defendant, a passerby, had on 5th January 2025, while recording FRSC patrol team, intimidated and further instigated passengers to mob the FRSC team who were conducting their lawful duty. Reacting to the judgment, the Co-Marshal FRSC Shehu Muhammad had emphasized the unwavering commitment of the FRSC towards creating safety on all Nigerian roads and further reiterated that FRSC staff cannot be deterred by threats from miscreants. Northern Nigerian's Growth and Development, a non-governmental organization, has welcomed and commended the federal government's foreign currency voluntary disposition, repatriation and investment scheme launched under Executive Order No. 15 of 2023. Shehu Muhammad Dati reports from the organization's press briefing to announce its support for the initiative.
The Growth and Development of Northern Nigeria has outlined its objectives, including promoting investment, public policy advocacy, and corporate social responsibility. At a recent briefing, the organization's acting secretary of public policy and advocacy, Haruna Buhari, shared the outcomes of the 17th steering committee meeting. The organization has welcomed the government's voluntary currency disclosure scheme introduced under Executive Order 15. 2023. The initiative is seen as an opportunity for the government to harness significant benefits migrating from borrowing to using these resources as foreign direct investments.
The GDNN recommends that lobby of these wealthy Nigerians and diplomacy is key in this effort, and humility on the part of Mr. President in attracting these wealthy Nigerians will do more.
The organization has also made key recommendations, including the integration of dairy development into new Ministry for Livestock Development, adopting the PTF model to address poverty and job creation, and completing the abandoned Ajakuta Kaduna Kano Katsina gas pipeline project.
The GDNN also recommends to government that the solid minerals mining sector will benefit a lot from being exposed to the same model the oil and gas sector was and still is subject to, in which sufficient data on these minerals were generated.
In its final remarks, the organization urged the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory and the Minister of Health to visit the Pape Hill settlement in Bwari, taking immediate action to address the health hazards posed by overcrowding. In Abuja, Shehu Muhammad Dati, NTA News.
Socio-economic development of northern Nigeria took center stage as policymakers, development experts, and community stakeholders converged on Kano to chart a way forward. Awal Salisu reports that the northern leaders unveiled an ambitious 2045 development goals aimed at addressing the challenges facing the region.
That in this hall are policymakers, development experts and stakeholders with a shared vision for the future of northern Nigeria. The discussions focus on three critical objectives, which include analyzing the region's current challenges and opportunities, proposing innovative solutions to catalyze transformational change, and outlining strategic steps to achieve the Northern Nigeria Development Goals 2045. The goals were crafted following a thorough analysis of pressing challenges in the region, including gaps in education, widespread poverty, and persistent security concerns.
19 other states should review their strategic plan and capture climate change, capture disaster response management, capture some emergency issue, capture what we call the post-subsidy removal interventions. When subsidy were removed, that's when they develop all this plan.
It's aimed at trying to provide a framework for Northern Nigeria to leverage in terms of projecting the development of Northern Nigeria to now 2040. That is, it's a 20-year development agenda.
Nigeria will never grow without regional partnership among the states, moving on the single agenda, uniting and linking the economic chains of the region. That's the only way Northern Nigeria could grow.
The Northern Nigeria Development Goals 2045 lay out a vision for a region driven by inclusive economic growth, empowerment of youth and women, strengthened governance and security, as well as resilience to climate change. The stakeholders expressed optimism that adopting these strategic goals will serve as a roadmap for sustainable progress across the region. In Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
The news desk at 6 is reaching you on NTA News 24. Still ahead, NFF appoints Eric Charles as Super Eagles coach. These and more after this timeout. Stay with us. Welcome back. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has been urged to prioritize crude oil supply to local refineries, including the Dangote refinery, over foreign partners. At a media briefing in Abuja, the concerned Nigerian group expressed concern over reports that the NNPCL plans to cut down on crude oil supply to the Dangote refinery from 300,000 barrels per day. The group is also concerned over claims that the Warri and Port Harcourt refineries are operational and producing at 60 to 70% capacity. They argued that the Dangote refinery has been making efforts to make petroleum products affordable for Nigerians and that reducing its crude oil supply will undermine this effort.
Since it can be exported, it will boost Nigeria's foreign reserves. Nigeria will stop importing diesel, petroleum products, fertilizer, and petrochemicals. This is saving over $26 billion in foreign exchange. When we export crude to Europe and import fuel, we export jobs and put pressure on our scarce foreign exchange. The refinery saved us from that and created thousands of direct and indirect jobs. The value of the Naira is bouncing back with the commencement of Dangote refinery that will soon export petroleum products and other items.
Kano State government has promised to enhance the services and welfare of 2025 Hajj pilgrims, ensuring a more seamless pilgrimage experience. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf made this commitment during the official flag-off ceremony for the refund of incomplete services to 2023 pilgrims in Saudi Arabia. Abdullahi Mustafa has the report.
Aisha Balarabi is among the 6,145 Kano pilgrims who undertook the 2023 Hajj pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia. She and her fellow pilgrims are set to receive a refund of 61,000 naira each, compensating them for incomplete services during their stay in Mina. Lamin Rabiu, the Director General of the Kano State Pilgrims Welfare Board, informed Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf that the sum of 375 million naira had been allocated by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria for the refund, which will be disbursed to the affected pilgrims. He assured that comprehensive arrangements have been put in place to ensure the smooth and efficient processing of the payments. Governor Yusuf praised the Pilgrims Welfare Board for successful management of the Hajj operation, expressing his commitment to enhancing the welfare of pilgrims in the 2025 Hajj. He also took the opportunity to flag off the distribution of the refunds to the pilgrims. The beneficiaries of the refund expressed their gratitude, commending the transparency of the process and thanking Governor Yusuf for his support during their time in the Holy Land. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
Professionalism is one of the core values of the media practice expected of journalists in the discharge of their duties of factual information disseminating to the public for socio-economic development of the society. Although this has been going on in Nigeria, the Bayelsa State Council of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, is moving to strengthen these journalistic mandates. We'll bring you those reports in our subsequent bulletin. This is still the News Desk at 6. Let's take another look at our top stories. Dambo attack, Nigerian Army confirms death of 6 soldiers as troops neutralized 34 ISWAP terrorists in Borno State.
Despite receiving all payments in Naira, he takes his cut of the proceeds before transferring the rest to his clients.
Nigerian police clamp down on cyber criminals, apprehend suspects involved in identity theft and money laundering. And reactions trail appointment of new coach for Nigerian Super Eagles.
This is NTA News 24.
Moving on now, Nigerian former leader General Yakubu Gowon has signed a condolence register opened at the Yakubu Gowon Center in honor of the 39th American President Jimmy Carter. General Yakubu Gowon, who arrived at the center at about 11:56 a.m. Wednesday morning, immediately signed a register describing the Georgian-born president as a great and compassionate leader whose impacts on humanity cut across boundaries, especially in the health and social interventions. The former head of state between 1967 and 1975 said, out of 17 African countries that were Guinea worm endemic, Nigeria was the worst hit, and the swift intervention of Jimmy Carter brought succor and flattened the curve of the disease in the country. The Nigerian Football Federation NFF Executive Committee has approved the appointment of Eric Sonko Chal as the new head coach of Nigerian senior men's national football team, the Super Eagles. The decision followed the recommendation of the NFF's Technical and Development Subcommittee during its meeting held in Abuja on January 2nd, 2025. The appointment was formally endorsed by the NFF Executive Committee on Tuesday, January 7th, 2025. Charles, 47, is a former head coach of Mali's senior national team. Our sports correspondent, Daniel Aderie, joins us earlier to speak on the development around the appointment of the new coach.
However, we need to put things in context. The Glass House does not have $100,000 plus to pay a grade A coach from Europe or any other part of the world, South America, etc., etc. And all for very good reason, because we are preparing for AFCON this year. Then we also have the CHAN Championships and several other, grade championships and tournaments that we need money to prepare for. As far as football is concerned in Africa, right? In the last 2 decades, Mali has never made it into the top 50 in the world. Nigeria has been in the top 50 for as long as we can remember. Still the only African nation to make it to the top 5 in the world. So some people are saying it's a dip from Pesero to this. You could have gone to Ghana, you could have gone to South Africa. I would take a South African PSL coach. Bring me Orlando Pirates, bring me Chippa United, bring me Mamelodi Sundowns. I'll take it, right? Because South Africa is that good. They have depth, they have squad. We've seen the tacticality of, the South Africans. In fact, the South Africans are still the only nation who have gone toe-to-toe with the North Africans. Zamalek, Etoile de Sahel of Esperance, and, several other North African teams who have colonized the CAF confederations, talking about the continental, trophies, Champions League, and the Confederations Cup. So you give me a South African coach, I'll take it, because these guys have their eternal rivals. Ghana is our rival, South Africa is our rival. Ghana Jollof versus Nigerian Jollof, Amapiano versus Afrobeat. We've been.
And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Vivian Izadifi. Bye for now.